Alright, we're doing it again, and I'm absolutely blown away by the killer lineup we've got today. And I'm pumped to see what everyone will be playing over the track, which is basically an A minor, but with some cool, spicy changes here and there to keep everyone on their toes. There is 2 small changes though. So there's a new track, obviously, and there's no need to improvise, but just solo. So still everyone can approach the track however they want it, as long as it is one take. The track is available for download on my Patreon page, but also as a YouTube video on my second channel that you can check out over here, and of course it's all linked below in the description. I'm doing a version with your submissions later too, so that all will be announced via my Instagram, so follow me there too, @PaulDavidsGuitar. So now, enough of the chit chat, let's move on. And first up we've got Ariel Posen. I mean, this man has such a lovely and characteristic playing style, and a great songwriter too, by the way. I hope there's gonna be some slide action going on. It's gotta be, right? Let's go.
Hey Paul, thanks for having me. I love this track. Absolutely gorgeous chord changes. It really speaks for itself. There's not a lot that you need to do because the chords are speaking so much for you. So I listened to it a handful of times, just the chord changes. I decided that I wanted to hopefully say something impactful in that little B section, and then potentially send it home somewhat strongly by the end. Although dynamically the track never really gets gigantic, so it just felt to kind of stay low intensity, but with moments. And yeah, I was playing my mule through the 2-rock. I had a preset that I made on the Chase Bliss preamp Mark II called Tweed, so it's kind of like a tweedy kind of sound, I guess. Nothing crazy. Loved it. Thanks.
Oh man, absolutely killing it. I really love the storytelling aspect to this solo. It's like you're listening to someone sharing their experience just through the means of the guitar. The slide playing is beautiful. It sounds so fragile and really tasteful. I love that stuff. I might need a slide lesson from you, Ariel, so thank you. Anyway, next up, Lari Basilio. Okay, I'm 100% sure this will be absolutely awesome. Always lovely playing, melodic playing, finding great melodies just everywhere, great articulations and stuff. Really pumped for this, so let's go.
Hi guys, Lari Basilio here. Paul, thank you so much for having me. I had a great time playing over this awesome track. So my solo started out from an improvisation. I played a couple of times over the track, listened back every time, and kept the ideas that I liked. And I tried to tell a story with those ideas. I also used only finger picking to play this solo. I love this technique because it allows me to have more control over the dynamics. As far as gear, I use this guitar, the Ibanez LB1, which is my signature guitar. I also use the Morning Glory from JHS, the pedal Morning Glory, and one of my favorite amps from Lenny, the Lionheart. And I think that's it. Thanks again, Paul. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy it. See you next time.
smokeronis. I love the build that's happening in the solo. From small to big to small again, there's so much going on. And please note that everything is played with fingers, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Just finger picking, you can shred. It's awesome. And it definitely adds a lot of character to her playing. It's really cool. Beautiful highlighting the changes, crazy chops. Hats off, awesome done. Thank you so much. Next up, Mark Lettieri. And I remember very well being absolutely in awe of his playing when I went to see Snarky Puppy in my hometown just a few years back, and I just saw Mark absolutely kill it on stage. But also his solo stuff is just outrageous, and now he is in this video. Thanks, dude. So I can't wait to check out what you've got in store for us.
All right, so gear for this particular solo, I used my Amaryllis Red Paul Reed Smith Fiore guitar into a Kemper, and the profile is a third power Dreamweaver, and the profile is made by Mike Britt. It's a really great sounding profile. It comes with a little bit of compression and reverb baked into the sound, so I just left those on, and then added a little stereo delay from Logic. It's like a plugin that just comes with the software. That's a quarter note on the left and an eighth note on the right. I kind of blended them to taste, and that was pretty much it. Fourth position pickup selector on the guitar. As far as the solo itself, really cool track. There's some nice changes in there that I wanted to make sure that I hit. So I did a couple passes. I listened to it a few times, did a couple kind of scratch passes just to get a feel for maybe what I wanted to say. Worked out a couple melodic ideas, a couple little chordal things that I wanted to make sure I hit. And then did a couple takes. They were all somewhat similar but pretty different, and I think I settled on take 3. It's kind of a sort of like Brian May meets Mark Knopfler meets Jonathan Dubose. So yeah, sometimes I like to wear my influences on my sleeve. So hope you liked it. Here it is.
Ooh, sexy. That's awesome. So sweet. Oh man, wow. How can we sound it like buttery smooth with lots of sugar, just really awesome. This solo goes exactly where you want it to go, right? And so much control over the tone, over the timing, and that really elegant, I love that stuff. Thank you. Next up, Matthew Scott. So Matthew has an amazing channel where he shows all sorts of lovely gear. I mean, it's cool and all, but his playing is just at another level. It's so soulful and blues inspired, and it always hits you in the feel. So I'm really pumped to see what he came up with. Let's go.
Hey Paul, hey everybody, Matthew here, and I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to play some guitar over a really cool track. And I used my 1959 Stratocaster as well as a 60s Super Reverb with a little bit of drive thrown in there to sweeten it up. And I just played whatever I felt, improvised over it, and tried to play along with the chord changes as well. So thank you again. Peace.
So sweet. Wow. It seemed like the entire thing was building towards that high lick that just was perfectly placed in the solo. It's just beautiful. Then the chunky, at the same time, very smooth tone. And I love the little rough, unpolished approach in combination with that smoothie track going on. Really killer stuff. Also, you might be the smoothest pickup selector I've seen to date. Hats off. Anyway, next up, there's Paul Davids. So my approach to playing over the solo was to just improvise a bunch of times over the track till I found something that stuck with me, and then I tied it all together into one piece. And I definitely wanted to hit the changes. I played some arpeggios here and there and some like target notes to hit the chords. And I wanted to build from small to bigger and to end small again with that same theme we heard in the beginning. So that ties it all together for me. The guitar I used was this PRS, and I had to do a bunch of times because somehow the G string kept going out of tune. I mean, what's new? I played through the Kemper with a profile I made myself of my matchless amp with a little bit of delay and reverb. I think it sounded killer. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Cheers. It's time to move on to the legend Tomo Fujita, the man who teaches the world and John Mayer to play. Such a lovely man. I had the pleasure of meeting him at NAMM, and he's such a delight to speak to. And not only that, he is one of the funkiest guys alive. So let's go.
Thank you, Paul, having me this amazing session with other guitar players. My soloing approach is really simple. First, I listen to the song. It just already song has sub-melody, so I respect the sub-melody. Of course, I need to understand the chord changes, so I listen 2-3 times to understand the parts. I follow that. Then I try to play something simple. So I try to play just like myself. I don't want to, show off anything too much. I can play a lot of different arpeggio, scale, whatever. I can do that, but I keep it really simple. So I hope you liked it. A Kanji guitar by Kanji Kawabata hardtail guitar and front pickup. And I use 3 pedals. One is one control Prussian Blue reverb, and one control C turquoise delay, just a little bit, and then Vemram genre for TF. So I use that. 2-3 takes. That's it. Because more you do, you can really get better. So that's about it. Thank you so much.
I love that. I love the joy he has when he's playing, and I can't help but smiling when I hear him play. There's a sense of optimism whenever he plays something, right? So cool. I love how Tomo is not really looking to impress, but just play elegant lines over the chords, and the chord provide a lot of information already, and he just works with that. And I think that's lovely. Just humble approach to serve the song. Thank you so much, Tomo, absolute legend. Let's move on to RJ Ronquillo. RJ, guitar legend from Nashville, and whenever he demos something, I instantly want to buy it because I want to be as good as him. Will never happen, but anyway, a man can dream. Honestly, this guy is such an inspiring guitarist with some next level chops, so I'm excited to see what he came up with. Let's go.
Thanks, Paul. So my solo was 90% improvised. I kind of started out with the idea that I wanted to begin with some sort of a double stop lick and then maybe end with the double stops. But everything else in the middle, I pretty much made up. And I kind of wanted to outline the chord changes, which were beautiful chord changes, by the way. But at the same time, try to come up with musical phrases.
Wow, first of all, bonus points for snuggling the lick in there. It's just really cool. But also so many awesome note choices. I really feel like studying the solo and see why it is so cool. I love the univibe thing. Was it univibe? I guess so, I'm not sure, but it sounded really awesome. I mean, I can only take my imaginary hat off. Killer playing, killer solo, just speechless. Let's move on. 2, Rudy Ayoub. Rudy Ayoub. This guy, I mean, he doesn't need any introduction, right? Meme lord extraordinaire, but also like an insane guitarist. I've seen him play stuff that I can only dream about. So let's just dive in, let's see.
Yo, with this backing track, basically, there's like a very clear descending thing happening, right? So I kind of really wanted to give it space since it's very like lo-fi kind of vibes. And you know, it's very hard to give something space. It's harder than you believe. So I don't know if I even gave it enough space. But when I'm trying to like come up with like fun lines, I always imagine a target note. So I kind of imagine if I want the movement to be like going up or going down. And I feel like whenever you want to go down, if you go up before going down, makes it more nice, right? This is like a very bad way to explain it. So with this lick, for example, my target notes were this high B and this low C, right? These two notes are a half step apart, but it felt like they were so far, right? Because the movement was like upward, it kind of like gave you hope. Then we went back down and you're like, God damn it, bro. Also, I'm playing this on like $100 guitar, which is, I think it sounded okay. We don't need a lot of expensive gear, man, to like write music and have fun. Anyway, thanks for having me, bro. This was very fun. I feel like very social.
Cat. Sweet stuff. First of all, bonus points for the cat. It's always +1. Extra points for the mellow approach, like the warm, roomy, kind of lo-fi kind of guitar sound. It's really unexpected, but it sounds gorgeous with the track. Really lifting up the progression where it felt like climaxing and some gorgeous lines. Just really, really cool playing. Smooth, buttery. Thank you, Rudy. Let's move on. Next up, Tom Bukovac, Uncle Larry. So I think we can call him the session guitarist of the world. And this man is so experienced, and it's absolutely my honor to have him on the show. Just absolutely unreal. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Uncle Larry. I just wanted to talk to you real quick about what I used on the Paul David's video. I did that at my friend Mills Logan's studio. It was this guitar, 58 burst, into this pedal board. I have 3 or 4 pedal boards. This is one of my smaller ones I drag around town. All your basic stuff that you need, well, that I need. Pretty much all my favorite pedals right there. Into my favorite old little combo amp, this old Gretsch made by Valco, 6161. Originally had 2 car speakers, 6x9s, but somebody hillbilly converted it to an old Jensen 12. But most of what you're hearing is just this guitar, which is a magical instrument. I'm very lucky to have found it. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
And rolling here.
Rolling. This is so tasty, really. This is so elegantly played, just how the lines wave over the changes and sort of answering call and response thing, going back and forth, and the melody goes exactly where you want it to go, right? It feels like coming home. And you can really hear his background, like not playing a note too much, really serving the progression, but at the same time just absolutely killing it. Great. Thank you, Tom. It's my honor. And talking about honor, next up, Tom Quayle. I mean, I've said before that for this video I was absolutely ready to get my ass kicked, and I feel that more than ever like right now. I'm afraid because Tom is an absolute beast on the guitar, and I think we can just stop talking and watch this video because I'm sure you will see. Let's go.
Hi guys, first of all let me say thanks to Paul for letting me be part of this great video. It's a big honour, so thanks for that. As far as approaching the track itself, I'm an improvising musician, kind of trained jazz kind of world if you like, so I really wanted to improvise. So this is actually take 4 of 5 improvisations I did over this track. And the way I approach this is that Paul provided a chord chart for us, and I always think about every single chord that I'm playing over. So I'm trying within my solo, utilising notes from the chords, the relevant scales, and my understanding of harmony to outline each of those chords as they go by. So I'm making a very specific series of scale, arpeggio, and note choices to do that. So if you take the chord progression and the backing track away, you should still be able to hear the chord changes in my solo. That's always my overarching approach. In terms of the tone, I wanted something that was very smooth, but also has that percussive element because I do a lot of that palm muted legato and have, in some ways, for a very legato-based player, quite a percussive sound. So yeah, a decent amount of gain, a little bit of compression in there, and using the bridge pickup on my Ibanez TKM1. So again, thank you, Paul. I hope you enjoyed the solo. I hope you guys enjoyed the solo. And as I say, it's a real honor for me to join. So thank you so much.
Was the track too short for you? Okay, so I just want to know one thing. How? How do you do that? These runs are so extremely tight, so smoothly over the changes. I have no idea what happened and what I just saw. I need to rewatch this for 10 times and then I will have an idea like what's actually happening. Wow, so much to see, so much to learn. But at the same time, I think it's still really beautiful tagging along with the changes, which is always like #1 thing you want to do with playing solos anyway. So really cool stuff. Thank you so much. That goes for everyone participating. So guys, now let me see your take. So please tag me using the hashtag #SoloCollab and hashtag PaulDavids and tag everyone you saw in this video too. And I just love it so much that playing guitar and just music in general is just so immensely rewarding. And I feel like these types of videos are an homage to the instrument. And I think that really deserves a gentle like for each and every one of those. Really awesome job. Thank you for watching, it really means a lot, and make sure to give every one of these guys a follow. Links are below to the channels, and have a lovely day, and see you soon. Goodbye. I'm gonna watch them all again. Ariel Posen.